Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to talk about the homeostatic systems regulation on sleep, right? So in the previous video, we talked about how the circadian rhythm, which is depending on the time of day, regulates your sleep schedule using the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which receives inputs from the retina to regulate your sleep cycle. But there's also another system in which if you stay up longer, you tend to feel more sleepy, right? And that's known as the homeostatic system. The way that it's able to regulate that is what we're going to go over in this video. So first, let's talk about a very important chemical known as adenosine. So this is the chemical structure of adenosine. And okay, there we go. So this is known as adenosine. And what adenosine does is it binds to the arousal systems in your brain and inhibits the activity of them. So it inhibits. So I want you guys to use your inference. If adenosine inhibits the activity of arousal systems, what do you guys think the main function of adenosine should be? That's right. So if you said it should be to induce sleep, that's correct. So this image over here is basically the demonstration of how so adenosine kind of makes you more sleepy. What adenosine also does is, as you can see here, it's talking about SWS sleep. The more you are awake, longer you're awake, adenosine concentrations in the brain are going to increase, right? And if adenosine concentrations increase, what that means is that it's going to make sure that you get more sleep, so more slow wave sleep or longer durations, I should say. So that's what adenosine does. But you all know a very famous stimulant that kind of counteracts this system. And I want you guys to guess really quickly what that might be. If you guess caffeine, you would be correct. So what caffeine does is it basically binds to the adenosine receptors and doesn't allow for adenosine to bind, right? So you can see here how usually if adenosine binds, you're able to deactivate arousal systems and you fall asleep. But here, what caffeine does is it binds to the receptors so that these can't bind anymore. And what that means is that you don't fall asleep anymore. You're not going to ever get tired, which is why people stay awake. And it's really interesting because I know that some people might say that, oh, I get very tired after I drink caffeine, but that's likely not true because you're binding to the receptors that quite literally prevent you from going to sleep. So if you were to take away a few snapshots from this video, what you need to know is that adenosine is the reason we feel tired when we stayed awake for longer periods. It regulates based on how much sleep you need. And caffeine acts as the antagonist for the adenosine by binding to adenosine receptors and not allowing you to feel sleepy. All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. After this, it's going to get a lot more interesting because we're going to be talking about sleep disorders. So those are going to be pretty interesting to talk about. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye, everyone.